Okay, we're doing 7C, question 7. Find the positive solution of the equation 9 plus root 5x squared plus 5 minus 2 root 5x minus 5 equals 0. Give your answer in the form of a plus b root 5, where a and b belong to the set of rational numbers. All right, well, the technique will be to use the quadratic formula. I think this is maybe as good as time as any to show you that you can solve polynomial equations in your calculator, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, being year 11s. But you have, let me show you. Unfortunately, the calculator often will not give you the answer as a fraction, which is quite annoying. It will make it a decimal. But if you press apps, go down to number 9. So it's a polynomial solver and a simultaneous equation solver. Press enter. All right, we've got a polynomial equation here. A quadratic counts as a polynomial. And our order is 2 because we have an x squared. I often call this degree 2 or order 2. We want our solutions to be real, so I don't think we're going to get negative square roots in this question. Let's see if I can make, if I put this onto auto, maybe, hopefully, it will report the answer as a fraction. Okay, and then do next. So I'm clicking on next. And I've already entered the values, but let's just enter them again. So I've got 9 plus square root 5 is the a term here. Right, you notice that it now says press plus or minus. Right, so I needed to know that there was plus. Okay. So the next term was 2 square root 5. No, it was 5. Sorry, 5 minus 2 square root 5. You can see the calculator is converting this into a decimal here. Then it was a minus 5, which I've already entered. Minus 5. And now I click on solve. And unfortunately for me, it's giving me the answer as a decimal, which is typical Texas Instruments. They have this fraction to decimal button down the bottom, but it's not working. I'm not really sure why that is. On the Casios, it's a bit easier to show surds and decimals. But I might actually write that number down somewhere. Let's hide it away somewhere, maybe down the bottom. So the positive solution is the one we're looking for. It's 0.644. Pretty close to. There's 3 sig figs. Okay, now we'll do the work that the book actually wanted us to do, which is to use the quadratic formula on this question. Now, hopefully you know this formula. It's x equals, in another video I'm going to show you how to derive it if you've forgotten or never been shown. Square root b squared minus 4ac. Now, the question says that you only want the positive solution. Where is the question? Find the positive solution. We've just checked in the calculator and seen that there was a positive and a negative solution. There's the positive, there's the negative. Now, how are you going to get that positive solution? Well, from the plus here in the formula, right? So it'll be a minus b term plus, right, will be giving us. So I think I can right from the start ignore the plus minus and just use plus in that surd. But things are going to get a little bit ugly, if you will. We're going to have minus 5 minus 2 root 5. So that's a minus b term here, plus the square root of, it's going to end up being quite a big square root, I think, a b squared. There's my b term. So we're going to have 5 minus 2 root 5 all squared minus a 4 times the a term, which is 9 plus root 5, times the c, which is minus 5. All right. And that's all going to be divided by, try and draw a straight line, 2 of the a term, 2a. So 2a is 2 brackets 9 plus root 5. Okay, so let's start tidying this thing up a bit. We'll have x equals, all right. There's a reason I'm writing all these terms in brackets, and this is the reason right here. It's very easy to forget that you're going to have minus minus inside of this first bracket. So this will expand out to be a minus 5 plus a 2 root 5. Okay, now to the square root. Awkily dorkily. So what have we got here? We've got 5 minus 2 root 5. Now if you recall, if you've got an a minus b all squared, that expands out to be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So let's try and get there in one step. We'll have the square root of 25 minus 2ab. All right, well, an AB would be 5 times 2 root 5, so that'll be 10 root 5, and we've got 2 of them. So we'll have minus 20 root 5. And the b squared will be this little beastie here squared, plus, so it'll be plus. We need to square the 2 and square the 5. We'll start with the third. If I square root 5, I just get 5. If I square the 2, I get 4. So I've got 5 times 4, which is 20. And what have we got here? We've got a minus 4 times a minus 5. So that'll be plus 20 times 9. All right, so the 4 times the 5 is 20, right? Just trying to do this without. So I've got 20 from those, and it's a plus 20, and you've got 20 times 9, which is like 2 times 9, 180. And then you've got 20 root 5 plus 20 root 5. Okay, and it's all over 18 plus 2 root 5. So I'm just expanding the bottom there. Okay, keep tidying. Where can we go with this? So we've got minus 5 plus 2 root 5. Just rewrite that for now. All I really want to do is tidy up what's inside the square root at the moment. Minus 5 plus 2 root 5 plus, we've got 25 plus 180, which is 205. Oh, plus a 20 as well. 205, 225. That's nice because it's the square root of 15. It's 15 squared, but anyway, 25 plus 20. I just want to check this. Yep, it's 225, 225. And then I've got minus 20 root 5 plus 20 root 5. Oh, well, that just equals 0. So that tidied up very nicely. Now that 15 squared is 225. So what I've actually got here is minus 5 plus 15. which is 10. So I've got 10 plus 2 root 5 on top of the fraction. Okay. And on the bottom, 18 plus 2 root 5. 18 plus 2 root 5. Now I can see that everything that I've got, and it's important that it's everything, but every term in the fraction could be divided by 2. I could divide everything on the top by 2 and divide everything on the bottom by 2, right? So let's go ahead and simplify this fraction and say that it is 5 plus root 5 on 9 plus root 5. Okay, now we need to rationalize our denominator. X equals 5 plus root 5 on 9 plus root 5. I can see that it's a number smaller than 1, which is good because it should be 0.644, times 9 minus root 5, 9 minus root 5. And what are we going to get next? All right. So we've got to FOIL the top, and it's like we've got a difference of 2 squares in the bottom. Let's actually do the bottom first because it's easier. It'll be 9 squared is 81 minus 5, which is 76. Not a particularly nice number. We've got 9, just checking that. 9 squared is 81 minus root 5 squared, which is 5, so we get 76. Now on the top we've got 45. All right, first, outside, minus 5 root 5. Inside, plus 9 root 5. And the last terms will be a minus 5. So this will all equal 40. Right, and I've got plus 4 root 5. Okay, that's a plus, and it's all divide 76. And I can see that everything there will divide by 4. All right. So to simplify this fraction, that divides by 4, that divides by 4, and this divides by 4. So we end up with 10 plus root 5 on 19. And that's as far as you can go. Now I want to check that 10 plus root 5 on 19 is the same as 0.644. Right? This is, of course, approximate because it's a decimal. So let me try and hold that in my brain. 10 plus root 5 on 19. Okay, 10 plus root 5 on 19. We'll go to the calculator. Quit out of here. Quit. 10 plus square root 5 divided by 19. And it should equal 0.644, and it does. So it's a nice little check with the calculator, and I know that I've got the answer right. Thank you for watching.